If you're a leader right now, AI probably feels like a huge paradox. I mean, on one hand, you've got this immense pressure to get on board, to innovate, to not get left behind. But on the other hand, there's this very real fear of, messing with what's already working. So how do you actually move forward without betting the farm? Let's dive into a strategic way to do exactly that.
So this is the tension, right? This is what's happening in boardrooms everywhere. You're stuck between this fear of disruption, of breaking the things that are already working just fine, and the fear of inaction, that quiet nagging feeling that your competitors are getting smarter, faster, and more efficient literally every single day. It feels like a stalemate, but it really doesn't have to be. Okay, so to break that stalemate, we've got to start by redefining what risk actually means when we talk about AI. Because the common view, the one that's causing all this hesitation, it's fundamentally off the mark.
And this quote just nails it. The real danger isn't that you're going to move too fast or try to do too much. No, the real, tangible risk is sitting on the sidelines while that gap between you and your competition just gets wider and wider until you can't close it anymore.
This gets us to an idea we can call the risk illusion. It's this mistaken belief that the technology itself is the big, scary monster. It's not. The true dangers are things you can actually control. Bad planning, a lack of clear goals, and, most importantly, that slow, silent death by 1,000 cuts that happens when you just do nothing at all. So here's the key takeaway. The real risks with AI are operational and strategic. They're not technological. We're talking about business problems, like trying to boil the ocean with some massive, over-scoped project, or not having the right governance in place. It's about your decision-making slowing down while everyone else's is speeding up. These are things you fix with a good plan, not by fearing the tech. All right, so if we get what the real risks are, how do we avoid them? Well, the answer isn't some giant experimental moonshot. It's about making small, controlled precision plays. We're going to focus on just 4 proven strategies. And here's the promise, which is pretty powerful. These aren't 5-year plans. These are targeted moves that are designed to deliver a visible, measurable return on your investment in less than 6 months. Okay, here are the 4 plays. First, automate the boring, repetitive stuff. Second, start using AI to forecast what's coming instead of just reacting to what already happened. Third, get your data house in order. And fourth, use AI to make your team's decisions even stronger, not to replace them. Let's break each of these down. First up, automation. I want you to think about all those invisible time drains in your organization. The manual data entry, the internal reporting, the compliance summaries. Automating these kinds of tasks can cut costs by a whopping 20 to 30%. And that frees up your best people to do high-value work. This is a quick, tangible win. The second play is all about looking forward. AI forecasting tools can spot revenue patterns or supply chain gaps that are pretty much invisible on a spreadsheet. And let me be super clear. This is not about replacing your expert teams. It's about giving them sharper tools so they can make faster, more accurate decisions, and that directly protects your margins. Now for play number 3, and this one is absolutely foundational. Modernizing your data. That sounds big and expensive, right? Well, it doesn't have to be. It can be as simple as cleaning and integrating what you already have to create one single source of truth. And the payoff is huge. Once this is done, every single AI project you do from now on becomes safer, cheaper, and, as you see here, 5 times faster to get done. And the fourth play, this one is all about creating the perfect partnership between the machine and the human. Think of it like this. AI is your decision support layer. It does the heavy lifting. It surfaces insights, it makes recommendations. But your leadership, your experts, they stay in control. They make the final call. This balance between automation and accountability, that's the sign of a really smart AI strategy. Okay, so we've seen the how, but let's talk about the why. What's the ultimate payoff for this measured approach? It isn't just about efficiency or innovation. It's about control. The companies that are really winning with AI aren't necessarily the fastest, they're the most precise.
The goal of these plays is not to cause chaos. It's not about massive disruption to your culture or your teams.
Instead, the main goal here is stability. It's about creating a more resilient business with fewer operational errors and stronger, more protected margins. And ultimately, that stability builds confidence. Confidence in your teams that this transformation is actually manageable, confidence for your board that every move is tied to a real metric, and confidence in the market that you're building for the long term in a disciplined way.
And this brings us to the concrete business outcomes you can actually take to the board. A controlled, precise AI rollout delivers exactly what you're seeing here. We're talking faster forecasting, fewer errors, stronger margins, and a transformation process that is disciplined and chaos-free. All of this rolls up directly into a higher business valuation.
So, it's time to make your move. This whole approach, it completely reframes AI. It turns it from this high-stakes gamble into something that's much, much closer to a guarantee for future-proofing your business. I love this quote because it just gets right to the heart of it. In today's market, being reckless and fast isn't the key to winning. Smart, strategic preparation. That's what separates the winners from everyone else. And that brings us to the final, crucial point. You don't have to stand still. Every single quarter that you wait is another quarter where a competitor is getting faster and more efficient. So the only real question left is, what's your next precise move going to be?